This is Unity explained, but by a beginner. So today's subject is creating a fireball projectile or projectile in general. We're going to look at the camera, get the direction the camera is aiming, and then instantiate a hitbox to take damage. Let's get into the code breakdown. Alright, so this is how you create a projectile in Unity. What you're going to want is a reference from the movement direction, which is going to be the player camera, and then we want some projectile stats like the projectile speed, the hitbox radius, the time it's active, the lifetime, the damage it's going to inflict, and then we need some private variables right here like the vector3 for target direction and a raycast hit for the hitbox. In the start function, we're going to want to set the player camera to a GameObject.find mainCamera.getComponentTransform. This is just going to look through all the objects in the game, find the camera, and then get its position. And then we have a target direction here, which is going to be set to the player camera.transform.forward. The forward is going to get the camera in the middle of the screen where it's pointing forward. So basically when the player moves the camera, the center of the screen is going to be exactly where the transform.forward is looking. In the update function, we're going to want to set the current time to time.delta time, and if the current time in seconds is greater than the lifetime it's given or equal to, we're going to destroy this whole game object, this whole projectile. So this makes sure that the game object does get destroyed if it doesn't hit something. Here we have a transform.translate, which is going to be the key thing that moves the game object, and it's going to move it in the target direction times time.delta time times the projectile speed we added up there in relation to the space.world, so in relation to the world space. And then the rotation here is going to equal quaternion.look rotation, and then it's going to take in the target direction. So it's going to make sure the transform is always rotated towards the target direction. So the forward vector will always be looking at this target. Then we're going to want to do a physics.spherecast. This is going to act as a collider. It's going to create like a sphere around the projectile that's centered at the transform.position with a hitbox radius, so the radius of the sphere, and it's going to be looking towards the target direction. Here it's going to out this into the private variable hitbox here raycast.hit, which will store the collision information. So we're going to get this collision information and see if it collided with an enemy and if the hitbox was a box collider. This means it collided with an enemy hitbox. With enemy hitbox, we're going to get the component in the game object of the enemy called enemy held and make it take damage equivalent to the damage we set over here. And then we're going to destroy the object if it does collide with an enemy hitbox. And it's going to take the damage first. So simply put, that's how you can create a projectile script for your projectile in any game. You can tweak this to make the projectile homing attack or whatever you like. But yeah, stay tuned for another video. And like, subscribe if you want more explanations.